down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome back to another episode of Down in the Den. The best podcast on earth is about to begin with your boy Mars, aka Marlon Beardo, the bearded weirdo, the Stella Rosa Casanova, the creator of culture and the Shud Knight of this podcast game. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah,
God damn it, yes, it is. Yes, it is. We are back, and I am joined by a phenomenal hip-hop duo right out of Flatbush, the one and only 2wiin Kingz. Welcome, gentlemen. How y'all doing this sunny afternoon?
Kingz in the building. Man. We happy to be in the den, man. We happy to be here. What's up, bro?
Man, I'm proud to have you. Dreams and Nightmare. I've been feasting on your musical content in preparation for this show because I like to know what I'm talking about when I have phenomenal guests like yourself. True, not rappers, because rappers are dime a dozen. I'm going to say MCs. I'm going to say artists. I'm going to say storytellers. And that's what I grew up on. That's what made me fall in love with the sport. Some call it music. I call it the sport because it's definitely competitive up there. So, first of all, please introduce yourselves to the friends of the den. Let them know your names, and then we're gonna get this thing popping.
Word. So, first and foremost, man, we happy to be in the den. Shout out to the den. We the 2wiin Kingz. We hail out of Flatbush, Brooklyn. We also represent the DMV too as well. We got a soft love, a hard love for the DMV. We like you said, we lyricists, hip hop connoisseurs, storytellers, and poets, man. So we really enjoy what we do. We love what we do. We're actually twins. We're not like fake twins. We're not brothers pretending to be twins. We're actually fucking identical twins. So, that's just the truth.
Yes, sir. And if they can't tell visually, obviously, you gentlemen are identical twins. Although, they used to think Jagged Edge were identical twins, and they were like, nah, man, they just brothers that look very close alike. Same thing with the flip side. So they're like, no, they're not twins. They just look alike. It happens when you have the same parents. So I got a brother that's 10 years older than me, and people be like, are y'all twins? And I'm like, I'm 10.
Yeah.
20. I don't think it works like that.
Yeah. Fact.
Go ahead, introduce yourself, brother.
Nah, it's 2wiin Kingz, man. If you see him, you see me, you see us both, man. We outside. We had to learn that lesson the hard way too many times. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to refer to us as Fake Twin, we'll know exactly what you're talking about.
I love it. Well, as I mentioned earlier when I said Brooklyn and house, these guys are from the home of hip-hop, New York City, and they are keeping the sport alive. I mentioned again, it's a sport, and they're keeping the sport alive. They have some fantastic music, so we're going to dig into it. We're going to get to learn about these kings. We're going to get to learn and know about their music, and we're going to have some fun like we always do here on the Den. So we always start every single interview the same way. I grew up big comic book fan, love it. I used to think I was Dr. Doom growing up. Shout out to MF Doom, rest in peace.
Shout out to him.
And I always say every hero or villain has an origin story. So I want to know, gentlemen, what is your origin? What is your inspiration to getting into this competitive sport of hip hop? Because like I said, it's a competitive sport. It's tough on the spirit. It can break you if you let it. You got to be some strong kings to pursue it. But you guys are doing it to the utmost. So tell me your origin story. Tell the friends of the Den how you really got into this game.
Word.
So originally, we grew up and spent a lot of time in the Bronx because we was back and forth between the DMV and New York, constantly all over, the tri-state, and constantly we was spending some time up in New York with our older cousin. And we were supposed to be going to the park to go play some basketball. I'm hearing some feedback.
Yeah, I hear a little bit on your feedback. I can edit it out at the end. It's all good.
Yeah, I could.
Is the feedback still there?
Nah, it sounds good right now.
That sound good.
All right, cool. So yeah, we grew up. So when we was up in New York, doing some you just being kids and stuff like that. We was around 9 years old. I remember on our way to going to the park to play some basketball. We walked past and we seen like a commotion outside of a corner store. And my cousin was just walking with us, this, that, and the third. It's just typical New York shit. So we was naturally like just pushing, you know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, we saw people like rapping. And everybody was reacting to everybody, rapping or whatever. And I watched my older cousin just walk right into the cipher, waited for a break, and just jump right in with a freestyle. And everybody was just, reacting to it. And, people was moving and stuff like that. And during that time, like, you don't really get the chance to see a lot of like unity amongst like the Spanish population and the black population and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But everybody was just like hanging on to every single word that was said, and a message was being said by each MC at the time. And we were just captivated at the idea that you could move people with your words in that way. You know what I'm saying? And we fell in love from then. I mean, we went back to saying we went to the park to play ball, but we was more excited to just get back. We grabbed the first napkin that we could, and we just wrote our first rhyme down on a napkin.
Well. First, our cousin had to show us how to formulate the bars.
Yeah,
At first, he was so witty with the freestyling on the spot.
Yeah.
So he actually was like, "You got to write yours down the first time and then memorize and say it to yourself over and over and over and over again." And
Right.
I remember we wrote the first rhyme. We didn't have a composition paper, so we was like, "Fuck it." We had a pen. He found some pens. He grabbed the napkin out the kitchen, and we writing it on the napkin. And
Thanks.
and then we just started rapping that line. And then after that, we took our first rhyme and we rapped it in front of our aunt, our family, and all that. They was like, "Oh, yo, they can rap, whatever." And then from that moment on, we just fell in love with it, man. We fell in love with what you could say, how the reaction you can get from it, who could say the dopest lines, and it wasn't just rapping about whatever. It was like, all right, can I start putting concepts to it? And yeah, man, we started
and using different poetic elements to it.
Yeah.
And, what's the message behind what we're talking about, et cetera, all that stuff, man. It was like the love of that.
Yeah, so then, that's kind of how we got started, and then we just started. We kept writing. First, we started writing without beats. I'm talking about it was just mostly just rapping or just coming up with concepts. And me and Twin, we're so competitive with each other. We trying to say the dopest stuff or have the hottest verse between each other, and that's without the beat. So we started off without the beat. And then, as we got older, around like 12, 13, we started, getting those instrumentals. You get the little mixtapes or whatever. So we actually used to get the instrumental. The first one was the cassette tapes. So we used to rock around with the Walkmans or whatever, and we used to grab the cassette tapes. And you know how hard it is to rewind them motherfuckers. We got to rewind. We got without eating up the tape or whatever. We used to rewind those to write our lyrics on the instrumentals or whatever. And then sometimes we'll take some of the hottest artist cassette tape, and you know how to erase the freaking the vocals off of it, and then just hit the freaking we found a way to do that. We started making our own little beat tapes or whatever, and then we just started writing to the beats, and then we started coming up with songs, figuring out how to do choruses. I got to give Twin a lot of credit. He figured out the blueprint on how we should do the choruses and stuff like that from studying a lot of artists like Eminem to Jay-Z, to Biggie, to Redman, to Wu-Tang. We figured out how to do the choruses and how the choruses sound different than the regular portion of the beat. You can kind of dictate, that's the chorus, that's the beat. You know what I'm saying? And then we started figuring that stuff out, and then we just took off from there, started making songs together, while remaining competitive. And then we just wanted to make sure we can, come up with concepts and be different than everybody else.
Yeah, and by the time we were sophomores in high school, we were damn near celebrities because our songs was getting played every time that we was on the football team. When we was on the football team, we made varsity, and every time we scored a touchdown, they would play our song on the big speaker. It was fire.
That first taste. Shout out to Cuzzo for being the spark to light everything off, man. And I love hearing that story. Do you remember? I hate to put you on the spot. Did any of y'all remember your first bars?
Yeah, I remember it.
I do. I do.
Give me a little piece.
I gotta go for it. So I give him mine. I got mine.
Go ahead, man. Yours was better than mine.
All right, so mine was Killer D is back up in the Heezy, baby. Hot like an M80. We deep like little soldiers in the Navy. It's all gravy. I know that I'm 9 and I know that I'm 9 and I can't write.
That's partial. So
it's like, but that's the. I remember the first part. Killer D's back up in the Heezy, baby. Hot like an M80. We deep like little soldiers in the Navy. It's all gravy. That's what I remember off rip.
And then I would jump in. That's the reason why you got a little cut.
Yeah.
I would jump in and be like, slide, slippity slide. Why don't you wait after I die? I'm from the South to turn the place out. I'm 9 and I still write and I do fight and I do like to fight. So go grab the mic. And then Twin would jump back in and be like, we hot like the 80s. We want to be the Black Slim Shady.
This is 9, ladies and gentlemen. They sound better than 90% of you cats out right now. So, and they couldn't even see an R-rated movie, or a PG-13. So I'm gonna need y'all lyricists. I need y'all hip hop artists to step it up. That's the only way that this art form continues to grow, man. I love that. I fell in love.
And we started with that rhyme, jumping in and punching in for each other. So this is different parts that we jump in and do. So it was different. We started off doing the back to back, like the switches and stuff like that. Was fire.
Natural born Red and Meth. Natural born Kiss and Ghost. So I love that. I love that. For me, I'm a significantly older than you gentlemen. But for me, the first hip hop song, God rest the dead, my brother, I had no business listening to it. I was 8 years old. I should have been listening to Wheels on the Bus or Barney. But my first hip hop song was "Life Is Too Short" by Too Short. That's the first hip hop song I remember.
That's a classic.
What classic? Who were some of your first? I know you mentioned Eminem. Who were some of your first influences where you were like, yo, this is blowing my mind. I love this. Who are some of the, you don't have to give me all of them, but some of your first.
I Used to Love Her was a song by Common.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. That song, man. Ooh. Classic song.
Definitely classic. My favorite was Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gambler. The song is called "Fuck What You Heard."
Yeah, that song fire.
That song right there, I still play it to this day. That's my shit.
Oh yeah, no,
that's an instant classic.
All that bullshit. If you see me bring it, if you ain't, shut the fuck up, suck up. Lucky Charms,
man, I'm at the table. How to go? And it's 4-leaf clover. Fuck your luck up. Yeah, that was one of my definitely one of my inspirations to get my bars up. Big L played a big part of me getting my bars up. Obviously, I'm trying to name all the non I guess mainstream ones like obviously Biggie, J.M.
Right.
So I don't want to name the
obvious,
the obvious ones.
So
but Big L, Big Pun was a
Big Pun, facts.
Influence. Big Pun.
Capital Punishment was a
Capital Punishment album, fire.
So There Is a Dark Side by Redman. That album.
Yeah.
Fire.
Brick City.
Fire.
Shout out Jersey.
Shout out
my
Jersey.
God.
Shout out Jersey.
Shout out
There's a Dark Side album is a classic to me.
Yeah. Another one, obviously DMX, but the big one that I really fell in love with was God damn it, Ludacris.
Yeah,
Ludacris was another influence on me because he kind of showcased changing flows.
Yeah.
He was never really one dimensional. Like he switched his flow up, and I was like, okay, so he switched his flow up and still be him. And I was like, all right. So I took a lot of heed to that and studied a lot of his work. Those are some good influences, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, Pac. Scarface.
Scarface.
Shout out to
Scarface.
Scarface. Shout out
Yeah,
to Scarface. Rap a lot. Houston.
yeah, facts.
Oh man,
Little
hip
brother,
hop.
little
Little
brother,
Oh yeah,
Brothers. Little
Detroit.
Brothers.
Yes
yeah.
Fire.
sir.
When they was rocking with who was that? Was that Pete Rock?
I think so.
Was it Pete Rock? Little Brothers. They first tape was like, God, even their last tape fire. Like I
Yeah,
still pump Little Brothers to this day. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of
I love
deep cuts.
Pete Rock just dropped one with Common you mentioned earlier. So
That's
I
yeah.
mean, I love
Who?
these icons are coming
Oh
back
yeah,
and still showing. You know, you see that these young cats, they come out. Nobody's coming to their show.
right.
They can't sell a ticket. They can't give away a ticket. But these 50-year-old cats are still coming
Yeah,
out, killing it because they actually know the elements of hip hop. They
right.
studied the art form. That's all, and that's why I'm loving this interview already because
Right.
all I hear y'all sound like two Kobe's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Where you like,
yeah.
I
No
studied, I
question.
watched. Oh, look at this. How did he do this? The
Right.
technique. Too many people like, oh, I can get a bag. I find a beat. I rap about the same thing that this
Yeah.
person rap about. Monkey see,
yeah,
monkey do. But there's not enough artists that actually love it and like,
Right.
yo, I would do this for free because it just gives me so much. So
Yeah.
I'm giving
That,
y'all a big down in the den
salute.
salute
Thank you.
already because I love it. I love it. Now, we talked a little bit about the art of storytelling. There's some artists that the Slick Ricks come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, of course. Andre 3000, of
Mm-hmm.
course.
Yeah.
You
Jonah
can
Lucas.
hear that. Oh, Jordan Lucas, one of the modern
Yeah.
storytellers, it's
Yeah.
lost now. And
Mm-hmm.
I hate that a lot of times you got your 2-minute songs, 45 seconds of that is hook and chorus, and then it's just some really repetitive BS on the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
What inspires you to continue that art form? It's almost a lost art form of just being able to from point A to point B walk you through almost painting a picture, almost directing a movie. Your music is cinematic. When I was taking my notes, I said cinematic, almost on
Right.
some Martin Scorsese shit. So what inspires you to keep that? Because it can be very easy when you're in this industry to be like, all right, let me just conform. Let me just do what's popping. Let me just sell my soul and make a TikTok song instead of just saying there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I think it needs to be a separate category. Like this is
Yeah.
not hip hop. This is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
What continues to fall down that path?
I would say
Identity.
already the love for hip hop. The origins of it. Like I said, for me, I told Twin back in 2019 when we actually started really taking this seriously because we was sitting on a lot of music. We was just sitting on it, right? You know, I had my career going, he had his career going, and at that point we had like a little pivotal switch because Twin asked me, "Yo, like let's jump in the arena, man. Let's just put an album together. Let's just do something like whatever for the for our future generations and remember us." And I was like, well, if we do that, you know what I'm saying? I said, at first I was reluctant. I was like, for what? Rap for what? Like, I'm good. I don't need the rap. I'm not going to do it for the money. I mean, if we get somewhere where the money is, ridiculous and we start getting, enjoying the money lifestyle of it, I said, that's a great plus. But I said, that's not going to be my motivation. But my motivation was to do something that was never done before. And that was, really on Twin's part to kind of sell me on that idea. So I give credit to Twin because he came up with the idea of telling a two-part story with our track titles and album names. So every album name is in sequential order. So every album or EP that we've ever dropped, the titles itself reads like a book. In Order of Precedence, Everything Changed, When She Came, She Made Heaven Fall, and Froze Summer. It's funny how life is. So you can tell it's like automatically telling you a story. And we do the same thing with every individual track title. So if you go back to the last album and you read our track titles, you can read it like a book, and we're delivering you a message. We do that part because Twin, sold me on that idea, and I said, that's dope. Fuck it, I want to do that because I've never seen anybody else do that with their catalog. So I was like, we can definitely set ourselves apart just by telling that part of the storytelling within that. So that was one of the biggest motivations, I guess, to answer your question. To keep the art of storytelling is a part of who we are.
Identity.
Yeah, it's a part of like who we are and what we like to do.
Yeah, it's identity. So like when Twin came to me, because it's kind of hard to convince him, man. I had to tell him I had to motivate him like how we used to do on the football field. I was like, dog, I said, you the greatest living room rapper of all time.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah, he was upset. He was upset. I said, you a hard drive rapper.
You like Prince? When I go, this vault's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So he was upset. So he was like, you know what? You know, if you can convince me other than that, like, you know, it's not gonna be about the money. Like, what we gonna do? So I was like, you know what? I remember a Nas tape was coming out. I forgot which one it was. But a Nas tape was coming out, and I remember being on Instagram and seeing the track list. And I looked at the track list and was like, okay, I'm looking at this track list, but I'm looking at it for everything that everybody else is looking at it for. Who's the features on it? How long it's gonna be? What looks like to be the theme for it? And to hear a snippet. That was pretty much it. Like, it wasn't really. I was like, that's all I'm looking at, this art form. And I was like, that's art. But I was like, how can I enhance that? So I was like, what if we put a message in it? And I said, well, shit, we never dropped a tape from, you know, publicly yet. So I said, well, shit, let's do it. Let's do a double-sided, you know, joint where we tell a double-sided story with the project titles, and then we do the same. We do a different sequential order in regards to the track titles, and we just let it go as we go, so that our audience feels a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And you can read it like a TV show. Like, all right, when the Twins drop, we know, oh, this is playing off of their last tape, and stuff like that. And then, like, you keep the interesting part of the art, you know what I'm saying, at the forefront. Like, oh yeah, nah, Twins dropped this. Oh, what's the message on this? Oh yeah, that's dope as fuck. Blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of like that. Like, so it's like a my piece to you, or my piece to the fans in the castle, to let them know, like, hey, we're still a part of it. You know what I'm saying? We're growing with you all the way to this journey to 100 records. And we're like, well, we're more than halfway there. So
yeah, because that's what I promised them. I promised them 100 records.
Yeah, I love not including features though, Twins.
Not including features, which I should have included the features.
Nah,
it's too late. You can't go back now. We need 100 freshmen. We can't
yeah, like nah. So
yeah.
But that was pretty much it. So we wanted to keep the storytelling alive, because I just feel as though if for the love of hip hop, we gotta push the culture forward. And this watered down rap has been pissing everybody off, and people are still looking for the Lupes to drop a samurai album, and you know, and the Nas's to drop something that's gonna be more substance. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being more focusable. So now they're looking for us to drop something so it could be much more focused. And that's the reason why me and Twin, we have a duality with how we rap. So I'm more on the hip hop ish side of things, and Twin is much more on the rap side. So we if you pay attention to the very first tape to the last tape, it jumps. So first tape hip hop, second tape rap, third tape hip hop, fourth tape rap, and you see it like bounce back and forth, and then we mesh them every now and again and stuff like that. So you can kind of see a trend, because people don't know which side they're gonna get of us on the next tape. We can choose to drop another rap tape, or we could choose to drop a hip hop tape. But we want to show people everything up front.
Yeah, really just to show them that it's different. That hip hop and rap is completely different.
Completely different. I say it all the time. Hip hop is a culture.
Right.
Rap is something you do.
Right.
Anyone can rap doesn't mean they can rap well. Hip hop culture is something that you live, from the graffiti, the breaking, it's literally
the five fundamentals.
The five fundamentals. You know, KRS-One, the teacher. If you don't know who that is, you probably should turn off the podcast.
KRS.
Shout out.
But I love it. I love hearing the layers that you have bring, and that kind of brings me to your next question. I like to ask all artists to walk us through your creative process. So you get a beat or beat pack, and you're working on a new track. Do you have a specific routine, or does it vary? How does your inspiration come? Like, walk me through your writing process.
It varies. And I'll jump in on that one, Twin. It varies. First we get the beat pack, and typically me and my twin brother, we separate. We completely separate. He listens to it. I listen to it on my own time, because we got our daily lives, wives, children, yada yada yada. So in between that time period, whether I'm driving somewhere or I'm doing some work, I toss my headphones on. I'll be listening to it while doing whatever I'm doing. And once I figure out, first the beat got to talk to me. For me specifically, got to talk to me. The concept automatically will pop in my head, especially if I hear the way the beat drives. I'll kind of know: is it a love song? Is it a is it a storytelling kind of song? Is it a rap song? Is it a club song? Like you can kind of automatically kind of gear towards what that producer wanted to do for that type of beat or what he was trying to go for. And depending on what mood I'm in, because that really dictates, depending on what mood I'm in, what kind of drive the concept. So once I get the concept, I automatically start writing the hook or piecing together the hook. And at that point, once I say, "Yo, I really like this one right here. I think I can run with this one, or two or three." That's when Twin will come back to me because he kind of does this. I guess he kind of does the same thing because by the time once we get together, we jump on a call and I'm like, "Yo, Twin, listen to this. Yo, I think this is fire. This is the beat right here. Woo, woo." He's like, "Oh, this beat right here, yeah, I have something to it too." And I'm like, "All right, well, listen to this real quick and let me know what you think about it and whether we want to run with the idea or whatever, whatnot." And then we do that. He might be like, "Nah, I don't like that one. I think mine is better." And then I'll listen to his and we'll kind of just, rock paper scissors sometimes. Like, "Nah, I think mine's better." "Hey, nah, I think mine's better." I'm like, "All right, well, we got rock paper scissors this one or something." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we just run from there. Once we get the concept down and we both pitch the idea, the whole point of that part of it is to break down the song two different ways. Meaning, as in, let's say, for example, like like any song. Like let's just say, I don't know, off the last album, Selfish, right? The last track on that tape, we had to come up with a two part conceptual idea, meaning as in, how can we show the selfishness in people with me just rapping about it and telling you how selfish people can be, and then Twin giving you a 4-part story within his 16, telling a story on how selfish people can be for their own gain, for their own success.
What's the shock factor at the end? So like that's what Twin described is like we'll just talk about the creative process for that song. We heard the beat, this, that, and the third. We're both, we both collectively separate in regards to like getting our creative space, and immediately the feeling has to evoke a feeling in the first place. So the feeling matters the most to us. So we're like, all right, cool. I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh yeah. This is the feeling of it. And then we develop a concept like, okay, selfish. Okay, I like selfish. And then we always attack every topic in from two different viewpoints. And Twin was like, all right, I'm gonna talk to somebody about, the different things that I observe about people being selfish in today's modern era, or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna lead them into your story. And I was like, bet, say less. Yeah. So I did something that I've never personally seen anybody do, which was to tell a four character story in a 16, and then leave a shock factor at the end. You know what I'm saying? If people follow, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's different." And then you hear the chorus jump back in. So it's kind of like that, type leading to a climax. And
the chorus, I got him captivated immediately. Because I was driving my son to football practice, right? And after I drop him off, I start listening to the beat, and I'm like, "Yo, hold on." It just started hitting me. Boom, boom. So I was like, the hoes, money, weed, they relish. I think all of these little young niggas jealous. Gangs, Rico in the streets, they tell it. Like, so I started doing that in my head. I'm like, oh, this is fire. So I sat there for like 20 minutes. I wrote the whole hook. I called Twin. I'm like, yo, Twin, I got the hook for this. I got the hook. And then the moment I spit the hook to him, he's like, yo, bro, that hook is fire. He was like, yo, bro, I think he was juicing me up a little bit. He's like, that's the best hook I've ever wrote. I said,
no cap, bro. That was one of my favorite hooks choruses that you ever penned, my nigga. That shit was fire. Because, like, the moment that I did it, I was like, yeah, I got the perfect story. Especially when he did the verse, I was like, I got the perfect, to be able to pinch that right in regards to telling that 4-part story and stuff like that. And that was kind of like how that went. So we get together, we put the beat on speaker, and then we live perform it to each other for the first time. I've never heard. I could see him writing in real time. So like with the notes in regards to iPhones, we can put the topic up, and I could see his bars. So I'm like, and I can see the chorus and stuff like that, and he can see mine in real time as he's writing it. So, but we perform it so we can hear the flow with it in regards to how it was penned in the first place, and then we go, I bet, and then we live perform it together, and then it's like, yeah, it's time for us to go to the studio and record that.
Yeah, because most of the
That's
time
kind
we
of
like to. My bad, Twin. Most of the time, when anytime we go in and we write a song, we always get together to rehearse it 1,000
yeah,
times. Like
yeah,
to the point where my wife be like, "I already know the song before y'all go record this shit," because we rapped it over and
literally,
over and over and over and over and over again to make sure we got everything down.
right,
So once we get the rehearsal down, we go straight to this. Once we go to the rehearsal down, we normally do this. We don't go to the studio until we rehearse like about 5, maybe 6 songs.
yeah,
And then once we rehearse 5 or 6 songs, we go to the studio and we like, all right, we already know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
So we go into the studio, we get ahead and I lay the hook down, or I lay my verse down first, and then I layer the hook, then I layer the vocals, the in and outs, the ad libs, the whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we just sit back and let Davo do his job, man.
facts,
They shout out to
beat,
Davo, man. He's the GOAT, man. He puts a lot of
facts,
effects, the sound quality, all that stuff that come from Davo. So once Davo, does his magic to it, and we be over there like, yo, that's fire. Hey, matter of fact, add this. We doing the pretty much doing the mix within that first hour or so. We already do the mix, and then we move on to the next song, and then we repeat that process over and over again.
yep,
Love it. I love it. Now, the most recent project that you guys dropped is Funny How Life Is. Phenomenal project. One
appreciate
that I rate albums like I'm not the singles generation. I'm 40 years old. I don't really mess with singles. I like
Facts.
albums.
Me
I
right,
like
too.
concepts. I
Mhm.
like full bodies of work. I'm
right,
hungry. I need to be nourished by my music. So when I listen to music, I grab me a pair of headphones, turn the lights off, I sit in my massage chair, I roll me
facts,
something up, might drink something, might not, depending on the mood, and then I just digest. And
right,
then I get my notebook and I put my first thoughts. It's not even long, it's just thoughts. Sometimes it's just one word. So I had nourishment, cinematic, crazy stories, bars, had all these things in my notes. It was a very nourishing album. Um, Tell me about this project, and for those who haven't checked it out yet, what can they expect from it in terms of themes and sound?
So this it's broken up into 3, almost 4 parts, right? So it's an arc that goes up and down. So the entire project was meant to be a feeling based project. Like we wanted to touch on every human emotion that we all have living in this world. The fear, the anxiety, the betrayals, the frustration, the heartbreak, the motivation, the inspiration, you know,
Desire.
curiosity,
The desires, yeah.
the desires, all those human emotions we wanted to fit in this project, and based off of how us as men deal with it, and normally how we deal with it is from some sort of comedic relief, right? So when we first start off right out the gate, it's like, all right, we're gonna feed this narrative of the feeling of dealing with controversy and living your truth. So in the very beginning, we're telling you exactly who we are, why we're doing this, the stuff we've encountered, what we're not going to do, what we are going to do, the shit that we've seen, and stuff like that out the gate. So, and then to follow that up was to deal with the anger. Like it's like did you want to know what success feels like? Boom! Everybody scramble for the lights. It's kind of like that. Like that feeling is like more infectious, but also like driving. And then we're leading into a part where we're transitioning into a part where it's a space where you have a relationship arc. You meet a woman, you know what I'm saying? You court a woman, this, that, and the third, woo, woo. Then you end up smashing. Then you deal with the interpersonal relationship stuff where it's like, all right, well, what do you bring to my table, this, that, and the third? Those arguments. And then it's like, are we a good fit for each other, this, that, and the third? And then you lead into the breakup, right? And then we transition from that breakup into like, how does it feel after a breakup? You hit the gym, you motivated. I dare to be great. My heart is broke, but I'm still getting paid. Like that feeling of just still trying to motivate, right? And then you deal with, all right, now that I'm great, I want to be, now that I'm in the celebrity, like, how do I like it or do I not like it? And we're like, fuck being a celebrity. It ain't really what it's in to be. Flashing lights, different places. You know what I'm saying?
Limelight in this greatness.
Greatness. right? I don't think I could take this. On stage, no debating. Like, we're talking about that where we're like, all right, well, now we're dealing with, okay, now we got out of a bad relationship. You know, we went to the gym, we worked on ourselves because we did it be great. We took a jump out there. Now, oh my God, we got this little bit of celebrity. And it's like, how does it feel? All right, well, fuck it. We're rejecting it. You know what I'm saying? And then as we're dealing with that rejection and stuff like that, and dealing with the fact that we're isolated and it feels real lonely, then we jump into the song with Richie Evans. What you tripping for? I told you I got you, my nigga. Word is born. And we telling you like, yo, nah, I got you. Don't trip. We know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? And then the art comes in where, you know, you got to watch your surroundings and pay homage to the ones that came before you, but also pay attention to the people around you. And the people around you are most likely selfish because they see that you're winning and they sometimes want that. And you got to navigate those waters. And you got to be careful because people are inherently selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the arc. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of leading you down that process of maybe we're adding comedic relief in the breaking parts where it's like, yo, nah, this is funny how life is. Like,
yeah, so we try to add a little bit of like seriousness, but funny at the same time. Shout out to Official Sky High, a comedian out of the Bronx, New York. Real funny dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, I admire him. And yeah, we just had a lot of his breaks in there. You know, adding a little bit of comedic relief. You can kind of tell the switch of the album tone after the breaks. Me and Twin had a skit in there. A funny skit about somebody finding out their son not theirs after a couple of years. So we, you know, like funny little like it, you know, and it's funny because even as serious as that topic is, we're still finding laughter within it. Like that's the point of it. You know, it's funny how life is that way. You know, how you know you thinking it's, you know, life can go one way, but it can be a twist and turn in there too. And you know, sometimes it should be funny. You know, the trauma, the pain, the issues. You can still find something funny out of it. You know, it still could be something, you know, you could laugh about. So yeah, that's pretty much what the album's pretty much about. Yeah.
Right. And I think that's why I love the body of work. Besides hip hop, comedy is probably next to my heart. I grew up listening. Once again, I wasn't censored, should have been, but I grew up listening to, you know, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Eddie Murphy at 8 years old, and learning how they turn their darkness into laughter for everyone else, and turn their pain into relief for everyone else. And that's why they always say the best comedians are the darkest people inside, because they learned to take that which would normally destroy a weaker being and made it a gift to the world, but at what cost? You know, you think of the Robin Williams, the Richard Pryor, all of these amazing comedians, the Dave Chappelle, and guys, you look at their lives, you're like, how did you make it through and not only turn it into beauty and the art for other people? So I appreciate what you gentlemen did on that project. I heard the themes, I love it, and I definitely want everybody to check it out. But we don't stand still in the game, because if you stand still, you're moving backwards. If you're moving backwards, you're regressing. If you're regressing, you die. So what do you have that's on the
agenda?
In the agenda, what upcoming projects? You don't have to give me everything, but I am a journalist, so I do got to get a little taste. What upcoming projects do you have that you just are excited about and that you want the fans to be excited about? And it doesn't even have to be your project; it could be a collaboration or something that you're just particularly excited about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got a project coming. We're doing something that we've never done before, which that always motivates us as artists to try something that we don't know how the people gonna resonate with it. But we're actually, because of this peculiar time we're in, the split between the Democrats and the Republicans, and you know the presidential nominations and Kamala Harris and Trump and all that stuff, whatever. We actually came up with a concept actually before the whole thing turned left. But we're broadcast. We're gonna the next tape. We're trying to drop Black History Month. And that tape is more African based theme, not like Afro beats and not like that, but it's still gonna be hip hop. But we're really focusing on telling the truth, like giving people the Black culture, the the after slave mentality, the Jim Crow era, the shit that kind of gets forgotten, or they want us to forget about. We're kind of reiterating that, but in a more poetic element.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do that for the culture. We're trying to do that for us. So that's kind of what we're leaning towards right now. A lot of the beat selection, a lot of people, well, a couple people that we've let listen to a couple tracks that are like unfinished, but we let them hear a piece of it. Has given great feedback already. They was like, "Hey man, nah, this thing is very storyistic." I felt like I was literally in Instagram. Like he felt like he was taken from where he's at to inside of an actual computer, which I think visually I might try to see if we can make that happen, because that's pretty much the
I
idea.
love that concept.
behind
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so it's a different form of storytelling, but I'm doing it in a way where I want you to visualize what I'm saying and how I'm saying it and what I'm talking about. And then what Twin does is the same thing. We do it in a creative way. I think
the best part about the whole idea of what this concept of this project is like to talk directly to black people. Like, yo, look, we know that it's confusing. We know what it's like, this, that, and the third, and we want to create a body of work that people can listen, press play, and be like, yo, I fucking felt that.
Yeah.
And to make people think deeper than what has been said right now. Like all the taboo of what, mainstream artists don't like. We're gonna talk about that shit, and we're gonna bring it to the forefront, because we can do whatever the fuck we want musically. So we don't got no label over our head telling us what we can and can't, should and coulda, woulda, didn't drop. Like fuck all that.
Yeah.
So this is like a very unfiltered, raw, inside of my mind of what it feels like to be black during these times, and all the things that plague our minds in regards to experiences that we felt and dealt with, and how the fuck do we talk directly to this young black man to make him understand our perspective of shit. So it's like that.
Hey, my bad, Twin. Conceptually, you know how like Kendrick Lamar did the Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like conceptually kind of like that, because besides that album, there's not really a lot of albums that do that.
Right.
So like that's kind of what we're gearing towards, but we're trying to do it completely different than we're not trying to copy what he did. So we're trying to make it sound like, or make it be who we are and how we view it and how we want to portray it, and our beat selections kind of speak for that. That idea. So yeah.
We need that as a culture, specifically because I always taught my ex, when you were talking about the breakup songs, I was like, yeah, I know what that's like. She was Ghanaian American, first generation. And I'm here, Afro-American generations and generation here just in America. And we used to have arguments about the difference, because she knows her culture immediately. Like, mom and dad, I know my culture. I know my traditions. I know my native language. I know Black Americans, we're different from anyone else in the whole wide world. As I like to call us, kidnapped Americans. Because what the hell is black? There is no country called black. There is no nation called black. And I feel that's why we get abandoned and lost in the sauce in America, because if you mess with the Chinese America, they have a whole embassy that's coming over and like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we speak about that.
All of that. You saw how quick they got the Asian hate. We can talk about that on my Politics as Usual show. But, immediately got legislation. And we've been here 400, 500 years. Some of us are indigenous to this to this country. A lot of people don't know that the Native Americans are us. It's us. My grandfather, the Marshall side, they are indigenous to here. All of them. They were never born in Africa. They were born here. If you look at the statistics on how many people percentage-wise were brought up, it's like 4%. There's no way 4% makes hundreds of millions of most of us are indigenous here, and our culture's just been stripped, and we have no clue. So what you're talking about, I'm excited. I hope I can get a peek and listen, because I do reviews too. And I anything you need from me on that, brother, let me know.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't mind giving a snippet.
Yeah, we give you a snippet, but let us fix that one up, because sonically it's not there yet.
I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about lyrics wise right now.
Oh, lyrics wise, yeah.
I'll take it. I'm a journalist. Hey, hold on. Where's my world debut drop? I can't find it. Don't worry, I'll do it.
I'm not gonna do the whole thing. But Aboriginals, the land we stepping on, against the norm. Seen a poor couple in love. I felt happy for 'em. Every rich man that I met, stress was the ringtone. Lonely road travel for information. How far you going? Peace, love, family. God grant you more time to own. Blessed to grow old with another soul. Don't die alone. Wise words found in old minds. I pray you know. You live better when you learn better. The more you know. There's more to life than money, nigga, and fucking hoes. Better travel, explore the world, get out the hole. Death will find us all. Now you know. Be remembered or be forgotten. You in control. That's it. That's all I'm gonna give.
Where's my belt? I need it in my veins. right here. I need it. Oh man,
we're talking on that. So like,
you
the back and forth concept, which what you said in regards to like,
hey, Quinn, I got a question.
Identity. Yeah,
I got a question. You want me to give a piece too?
I think it's only right.
It's only fair, right?
Why not?
So, I'll give you one of the ones that I really love. How do I start that? I said, I don't give a fuck about the money. Truth be told, I'm already rich. Another scam on Instagram. I don't care what you selling, bitch. They said I need social media to make it. I don't even like this shit. And all these niggas looking up to me like I done made it. I don't even feel like I did. Got all of these fans, all of these followers. I gotta pay you to reach. This shit is egregious. How do I beat this? Man, this shit is beneath us. Niggas ask me all the time, what you do it for? Is it likes? No, sir. I just like to ride. I put it out because I'm nice. Niggas is mad at me. I can't fit this actually my humidity killing me. Maybe the world. Sooner a lady be trending me. Only over time I prevail. 2wiin Kingz seem to tip the scale. Time stop. Hope you balance well. Skeletons, brain is show and tell. I'm insured, walking through the field. God got me. I ain't afraid to die. I'ma keep aiming so high. Shot the moon and bounced out of sight. By the way, the Milky Way is nice. I'm so far ahead of my time. Wrote this in the speed of light. African drums do sound nice. Do it for likes. So
Yeah. Different.
Y'all don't put this over no beats and steal my man shit. I know y'all. It's a nasty game out here. Y'all be doing some nasty work.
You know the best part about that? It's already copywritten. We're not worried about that.
There you go. Because you know it's nasty work out here. They take your shit in a heartbeat.
Hey, it's cool. Hey, it's cool if you take it out. I'm gonna body you on the track.
Facts. I'm gonna
body you on that.
Slaughter work.
I still get the check because it's
okay. I'm suing too. I want all my money.
all my ducats. What's CJ saying? Grand Theft Auto. I need these ducats. I need all of them.
Run that. My legal team is phenomenal.
Word up.
You both talked about social media, and you both have a very respectful following on the gram. But it seems still building, and you see a lot of times. How do I phrase this? When I grew up, everybody couldn't get on. Everybody couldn't make music. Technology is beautiful, but it's also negative. Where anybody, $300, I can make an album right now. $300, make an album, press, produce, master, mix, and put it out, which is great if you guys are making albums. Because you guys actually have talent, ability, skill, love, and passion. That's wonderful. But unfortunately, $300 is very easy. I can cut 10 yards and get $300.
Right.
That means anybody can put an album out, and we don't have the gatekeepers like we used to do. I've had this debate, like it seems like in the golden age, and I would say late 90s, 2000s were probably the golden age, in my opinion. That's just my own opinion.
I agree.
But you had DMX, Eminem, Outkast, Jay-Z, Biggie, Pop, Nas, Wu-Tang, EPMD was still doing their thing. Shout out to Eric Sermon, one of my favorite producers. DJ Premier. Then you go on the West Coast, you got Dre, you got Dogg Pound, you got Snoop, you got MCS, you got Too Short's been doing it for like 57 years. But E40, in the South, you got Timbaland. I'm from, we talked about the DMV. VA, we got something to say. We put out icons.
Push is him.
Is Push, Clips, Family, Wale, he's a DC, Missy Elliott.
Corday. I like Corday. He nice.
Corday.
Yeah. Regionally, every region had its sound. It was different, but it was unique to the sound. And now I get submitted hundreds of requests a week for people to come on the show. And I picked 10. I picked 10. Part of it is because I like, yo, you're going to make me lose my love for the music because I get submitted a lot of bullshit. And I was like, this is going to make me cancel the show. I can't, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I'm a nice guy. Like, why y'all sending me this bullshit? What did I do to y'all? And part of me is like, do we need more gatekeepers, or do we need to just be like, hey, if you, everybody can't play in the NBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an elite league. What can we do, or is there anything that we can do now to kind of narrow this bullshit down and get back to where it's just the pinnacle, the people that are really doing it, that's really bringing us something to a table? Or are those days over, in your opinion? Because I have my own thoughts.
Those days ain't over. I believe that the DJs have to do a better job at saying "fuck no."
Like, I don't want to put it all on. I don't want to put it all on the DJs. That's a great question.
Bring it back to the fundamentals, bro.
I think it has to go. I think it really needs to be a lot more. That's not it, guys.
Yeah, facts.
Because like you got a lot of people. Like, let's just say I'm just going. This is not factual. I'm just throwing an example out there. Let's just say I'm fucking NBA YoungBoy, right? I'm NBA YoungBoy, and I make a track, and instead of somebody being like, "Yo, bro, nah, that's not it," you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should try something different or really rap on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nobody gonna tell him no, because he's feeding so many people around him. Who gonna tell him that's not it? Nah, go something else. He ain't gonna want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he took his time, effort, all that stuff, whatever. The biggest thing about me and Twin is I tell him that's not it all the time. Hey, bro, nah, I don't like that verse. That's not it, bro. You got to come up with something else. He does the same thing to me, you know? So I think that if we had a lot more of that accountability within your own camp, within your own circle, or within your label. So, I mean, do I think that gatekeeping is, in my opinion, relevant? I think it should be. I think there should be somewhat of a gatekeeper, but I feel like gatekeepers, if you are going to be a gatekeeper, you have to be a fair gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? But I think that also comes down to, in my opinion, having a, what's it called? Not a foundation, not a civil rights group. What's the groups called? Like in the workforce?
A union.
A union, yeah. Now, if we had a union full of, you know, different types of genres, you could have Common, Lil Wayne, M, fucking Jay. You could have a whole bunch of people on a union that can be those gatekeepers to say, all right, man, you know, this is what it should be. This is the foundation. This is what we're looking for. This is the standard. That's it, right? And at least it'll be fair for them to at least have a region to present it to the board for them to be like, all right, I think this is definitely worth a push, you know, or it has to be something fair. That's how I'm looking at it.
And the big thing is
something fair. I think it's fair.
The big thing about like that is, like, you know, the A&Rs have been completely taken out of the game. Essentially,
they don't exist anymore.
They don't exist anymore because you used to have a time where there's talent scouts. No different than, just like I said, this is a sport. You got talent scouts that recruit for the major leagues. You got talent scouts that go and recruit D.E.N athletes. You got talent scouts that go and recruit, you know, all these different talent, but they're not doing that in hip hop anymore. They used to. That's the reason why there was a golden era in the first place. You had a label that had a whole bunch of money, and it was a person's job to go out there and find the fucking talent. Instead, they're not trying to find talent. They're trying to, you know, get the most popular person in the region, and then, you know, compete to sign that person, and then put a marketing budget behind them and say you're a star.
Yeah.
No, it's never supposed to be like that. Talent development and artist development has completely got whitewashed out, like completely, and it was never supposed to be like that. You know, if you know, that's the reason why, you know, me and Twin, we turned down a couple of deals because it was like, dude, what you're offering is not, you know, conducive to what the fuck. You're talking to two educated black men. How the fuck you gonna try to run these numbers past us like we're not going to read the goddamn contract and we're not going to get a legal team to read over the contract and tell us what the really real is real in the fine print. And stuff like that. Like, so we're not one of those artists that's going to complain 10 years down the line, like, oh, we signed this shitty ass deal and blah, blah, blah. Nah. Should have read, my guy. It's been that's been in show business for the longest. But I just feel like the A&Rs haven't been coming out there to try to do their best to try to sign good talent, and then not only sign good talent, not be predatory in regards to what they're trying to sign in the first place. They just brought capitalism and put capitalism over the love of the art of the music over everything. I just feel like that's where the turn went.
Yeah, it's all about a dollar. It's
Right.
not. They don't really
It's not going to be a generational talent.
Like for us, where we're the opposite. I'm not doing this for the dollar.
Shade.
I'm doing this for the love of the culture. I'm doing this for the love of hip hop. Putting out music that I know I like. That I know if I like it, somebody else gonna have to like it. There's just too many people on this planet for me to be the only person that likes this type of music.
Yeah, of course. But no different than Sexy Red going through what she went through, and I salute to Sexy Red, but even she said she was in it for the bag.
So I'm saying, it's
obviously, if you listen, and once again, no disrespect.
Right, no disrespect, but it's out of her mouth. She said she did it for the check. So I'm like, all right, you just because you got a big marketing budget, and this marketing budget's like, all right, we're gonna sell her as a generational talent. She's not a generational talent. She has a couple of hot records though. I'll give her that, but it's not for education. It's for entertainment.
You can't market a Sexy Red or put her on the thing when she's showcasing the ignorance of black people. In my opinion, I'm just keeping it 1,000. You can't market her in a way where you can't put her on the magazine in the NFL. You can't put her on certain radio stations because of the vulgarity of her lyrics. You can't put her on, like, she's more selling. She's more on the
club wave,
the prostitution way of marketing. Like, you can only put her in XXX magazine or freaking what was it? Your Hugh Hefner shit. You can't put her on. You can't put her in a platform for makeup. She's not gonna be in your Macy's store playing in Macy's, bro. She's not gonna be that type of. She's not in that type of market. So, in my opinion, like that's what it comes down to. Like, you got to gear towards what you gotta understand what fan base or what you're gearing towards. Me and Twin are trying to be we're trying to be as versatile as possible. That's why when you
I'm not gonna sit here and say the same. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that we don't got strip club songs. We got like three or four out publicly. So it just depends on what focal point, though. That's not what we stand on, though. That's not. It's meant for entertainment purposes and because our castle asks us for it. So it's just one thing, and it's a very successful song. But at the same time, that's not what we're known for. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit
and variety's the spice. You can have Bit Pimpin' and you can have 444, and it's the same catalog. Exactly. We all have our ratchet moments, but they can't all be ratchet moments. Exactly. We all have our moments of great integrity and great failure and great heroism and great villainy. We're all of it, but I feel like and I won't even call it the culture. I will say the marketing, because I went to school, shout out NSU, for mass media. That's what I went to college for. That is my passion since I was 8 years old. Music, going fake Arsenio Hall shows, taking my dad's cassette tapes and putting paper in it so I can record over it and doing the Sean show. That's always been my passion, and I consider myself a bit of a gatekeeper because I really do listen to every person I've submitted that's been on the show. I feel they have something to offer to the people because that's all I care about is the people. I don't care about, because we know streams can be bought. Playlists can be bought. Payola is real. So if someone says, "Oh, I streamed 100 million," number one, you got $7 from that. Number two, because they are pimping and hoeing with the streaming. That's why I tell artists, look at companies like Even Biz. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, who are really trying to change the industry. So, because I tell people, you mentioned there's 8 billion people on this planet, probably 9 at this point. If you can get 100,000 people to love you, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
That following, you're straight, and everyone can do it because there's somebody that loves what you're doing. It's just making that connection. The algorithm, which you are the algorithm, unfortunately, pushes a lot of the negativity, and that's a whole deeper episode. Once again, why are they pushing this? That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
I could get in that for 2 hours, and we just don't have the time.
Right.
But yeah, I love that answer. And people call. I consider myself a gatekeeper, and they're like, "Oh, you're a hater." I'm like, "No, I don't hate."
That's not what that means.
Not what that is.
That's not what it means. And I've had an artist come, and I'm like, "Hey," and they were like, "Oh, so you're a hater?" I'm like, "I'm not a hater at all. I'm a lover, actually.
Right.
I love us. I love our culture. I love this music, and I want it to be around like rock and roll has been around for 100 years. We just celebrated 50 years of hip hop, but at the rate you saw, hip hop was at an all-time low until recently. It took beef between Kendrick and Drake for people to start putting their eyes. And I'm like, why does it take beef when you have gentlemen like yourself putting out phenomenal? And there's a ton of hip hop is not dead. It's just we're forced to listen to Sexy Red, and I'm like,
funny. It's great because it's not even we just like you said, we're forced to have to listen to the shit that we don't want to listen to. Radio's dead because there's people paying people to be on it, and quote unquote is not supposed to be that way, but it's definitely that way.
I've been offered many a bag to interview someone, and I never take a dime to interview anybody because if I don't believe them, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, you're not a good fit for our show.
That's it.
It is what it is.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I said. So because of that, there's a bigger market of people just like us who love hip hop and want to hear something more than just shoot 'em up, bang bang, shake your ass, twerk. We don't want to. At some point, we're gonna get fucking frustrated and sick of it. No different than we pride ourselves to be versatile, but also to keep pushing the culture forward. That's the reason why every single song is its own project to us. We're not talking about the same thing from time to time to time to time to time. We talk about a feeling. It's about our mood. It's about our viewpoints on certain things. It's about, the things people go through. It's about everything. You know what I'm saying? We just do it in the most creative way in regards to that people can resonate with, on a deeper level. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Well, gentlemen, we are out of time. I could talk to you guys for another 3 hours. I appreciate every single thing you're doing for the culture. I appreciate everything you're doing, giving us yourselves in the music was what I look for. You're going to have the career as long as you want it, because the one thing I tell people, when you try to copy what's out there, you're never going to be better than NBA Youngboy at being NBA Youngboy because he's already NBA Youngboy.
Exactly.
You're never going to be better at Sexy Red and be a Sexy Red because she's already Sexy Red.
Already out there.
She's her. It's already her. I've already seen, Sexy Red, Ugly Blonde, Decent Brunette. I've seen everything in between where the industry, and I'm like, Rhapsody is still out there, y'all.
Rhapsody
Rhapsody's fire.
Rhapsody is my favorite female artist out right now.
Same.
I'm still working towards getting a feature with her right now. So
she just did a song with some of our den mates. So that's the people that have been on the show. We call them den mates. It was a group out of New Jersey called Black Odyssey. And they just released the new album, 1-800-Fantasy. Check that out. And they got a collaboration with Rhapsody on it. And I was like, I just had to call them up. And I was like, bruh, that's what we need, man. So I love it. But I wish you guys all the utmost success. I want you to welcome you to the D.E.N community. What that means as the D.E.N, we support the people in this family just like that. So we're going to add you to a group chat that we have where we have a ton of talented artists, producers, film directors, just for networking. We don't charge a single dime for it. We're going to get you some down in the Den merch to use it to,
we'll put that in the next video for sure.
Appreciate it. Everything that you promote, we're going to promote it. If you post something, you best believe you're going to see us sharing that with the community right after.
We're going to do lifetime. We support it.
It's a lifetime membership. Secret society, all we ask is trust. So we're going to make sure that we promote to the fullest. That's what we do here because I believe in the survival of the culture. And the only way it's going to survive is that we work together Together we are unstoppable. So I welcome you to the D.E.N community. D.E.N is an acronym for Dreams and Nightmares. Because when I started doing this, I was working at 9 to 5. The pandemic came, and I said, "Yo, this is depressing as hell working on the computer." And I said, "Let me see what I can do here." And before I knew it, we got our little media empire. And I welcome you guys to the D.E.N community.
Appreciate that.
I want to give you guys the final words. Any shout outs you want to give? Social media, please let them know. And then, of course, we're going to put that in the links in the bio when people come and type. Please, final word is yours, gentlemen.
Shout out to the D.E.N. We were happy to be a part of it. Absolutely bridging the castle and the D.E.N together. We love it. Shout out to the Fort. Shout out to all the artists that we about to work with, all the people that we haven't worked with yet. We're looking forward to working with you all. This, that, and the third is the 2wiin Kingz in the building. Twin.
Sir, thank you so much. I appreciate it being here, man. Salute to you. Welcome. We're happy to be at the Den, man. You already know. Thanks, man. Appreciate you for having us.
Absolutely. It's been a true pleasure once again. Keep killing them, gentlemen. I'm going to put the music back on. I'm about to light me one and put the music back on because I'm in that mood right now. I can't wait to the next project. And whenever you have something you want to promote, you want to share with the family, you know how to get in touch with me. We'll be more than happy to have you guys back on. I wish you the utmost success. Absolutely. And keep killing them. Keep telling these stories. Keep smashing the game. And like I said, I want you to get 20 million sold and 20 million more. So nothing but success. Well, guys, I thank y'all for tuning in. Your boy Mars once again. We're batting 1,000 with these artists. We thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to end every episode like we do. It's always about that peace, love, unity, and respect. Deuces. All right. Perfect. So this will be out Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday. So I will send you the link and the promo material and everything. And once again, I truly meant everything I said. You guys are phenomenal. I'm so glad we were able to connect. And like I said, let me know if you need anything. If you're in the DMV, you need to know some people. You need a link with a producer. You looking for a sound. I probably got somebody in my Rolodex that, yes, I'm old, I still have a Rolodex. I probably have somebody in my Rolodex that I can link you with, and we do that 100% free of charge because we believe in what we're doing. So I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, by the way, you're in the DMV?
Yes, sir. I'm in Virginia Beach, man.
We linking up. We gotta get some drinks, dog.
Anytime. Shoot, I'll put some on the grill for y'all. I take y'all to my mama.
Outside.
Yeah, I take you to my mama house and have her cook. That's what we do. That I've had Jimmy's come. I'm like, Mom, I got this Jimmy. What y'all eat? My mom, she a master chef, and she treat everybody. She get good hugs, man. She like what? Everybody be like, yo, Mama. They call her Mama Justine. They be like, yo. You don't treat your mama right, I'm gonna take your mama because she one of the people you want on your team. I'm like, this man threatened to treat my mama like it's all. I'm like, no, man, you gotta treat. They be sending her roses and stuff. She that beautiful in soul, so man, keep killing her, man.
Master chef, dog.
Yo, that's why I got these titties now, man. Because she just every Sunday she'd be like, yo, I got this on the menu. I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to make it a 50. My midsection just getting wide. I'm trying to unbiggen my back. And she's like, you getting skinny. I'm like, I'm 210. What you talking about?
Word up. Yeah. That's what's up, man. I really
definitely got a link, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. For real. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Definitely gonna link, man, for sure.
Absolutely. And I'm going to send you the information so I get an address or a P.O. box and we make sure we send you some merch.
So easy.
All right, bet. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, brothers. Keep it up, man.
All right, family. Thanks.
Later.
All right, salute.
Yes, sir.
So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now.